Garnacho. This guy really wants to be Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, really, really wants to. Same haircut, same celebration, you name it. But there's a minor detail he forgot. He's not Cristiano Ronaldo. No shit, I know. This kid plays football like he's retarded. 1 second he's cooking a fullback, but then he'll try a backheel nutmeg in his own box while winning 1-0 in the 89th minute. His brain says viral clip almost always. Let's not even start on his passing. Garnacho sees a teammate making a run and still goes, nah, let me cook. He'll sprint down the wing, cut inside with flair, beat one, beat two, but then pass it straight to the guy he just embarrassed. You think he's about to create magic, but you forgot. This is Garnacho. You're not watching highlights, you're watching live. He wants to be Ronaldo so bad, but then forgets he plays in Messi's national team. And Argentina fans? Yeah, they're not exactly forgive and forget types. Ten Hag gives him a chance. Go express yourself. But Garnacho hears, go impersonate Neymar in a Red Bull commercial or something. Sometimes he pulls off something world class. That overhead kick? Filthy. Unreal. But then he'll spend the next 3 matches trying the same thing from 40 yards out, at 0-0, in the rain, away at Luton. He's not a winger, he's a firework. No one knows where it's going, not even him, and yet somehow he's effective. But only when he stops thinking, because the moment Garnacho thinks, the football dies. You see the potential, but then you remember he still thinks Instagram likes are worth more than assists. Still young though, right? That's the excuse. That's always the excuse. But if he doesn't level up the brain to match the boots, he'll be remembered not for what he did, but for all the chances he wasted trying to be someone else. Mario Balotelli. Couldn't make the video without him. Every time he stepped on the pitch, it was a risk assessment. Not for the opponent, for his own team. He had talent, like scary talent. Power, technique, confidence. But then he'd try a backheel shot in front of goal, with no keeper, and miss. Yes, that actually happened. This man got subbed off because he was playing too stupid, like a teacher kicking out the class clown, except this clown cost millions. And don't even ask what went through his head. He once set off fireworks in his own bathroom. But here's the best part. He scored bangers, worldies, free kicks, chip goals, but then he'd disappear for 3 months, or get a red card for, I don't even know. He didn't press. He vibed. And if he didn't get the ball, he was worthless. He once got a red card for karate kicking someone. Another time, he got a yellow for putting on his shirt too slow, but then he'd score a goal that made you think he was sent by football angels. He was a walking contradiction. Top bins or top clownery. No in between. Ask Roberto Mancini, his manager, therapist, babysitter, life coach. Mancini once tried to fight him in training. Imagine that. Your manager drops the clipboard and squares up. That's how annoying Balotelli was. But then here's the real joke. He played for so many big clubs. City, Milan, International, Liverpool, Marseille. Nice. But everywhere he went, same thing happened. One world-class goal, one world-class disaster, then bench. You'd think he was cursed, but no, he was just Mario. Pure, beautiful chaos in football boots. He helped Italy reach a Euro final, scored a brace against Germany, flexed his muscles, the entire country believed, but then he vanished for 5 years. Like a ghost made of potential and bad decisions. The man had the footballing brain of a golden retriever, happy to be there, excited by shiny things, totally unaware of consequences, but here's the twist. We all loved it, because when Mario did something dumb, it was just funny. Balotelli might have wasted his talent, but he gifted us memories no Ballon d'Or winner ever could. Andre Onana, basically the goalkeeper who likes to talk a lot. But sometimes he forgets the most important part. This man comes off his line like he's trying to play striker. He sees danger and thinks, let me run into it head first. Not clear it, not organize the defense. No, just sprint. If you gave him a GPS tracker, it would look like a lost Uber driver. Box to box, but never in the right one. He once tried to dribble past a striker as the last man. Spoiler, it didn't end well, and you'd think he'd learn. But then he does it again and again. At this point, we're convinced he thinks the 6-yard box is optional. Look, he can save. He's not bad. But the man dives after the ball's in the net. But don't worry, he'll let the defenders know it's their fault. Always waving, shouting, arms up like he's directing traffic in Rome. Meanwhile, the ball's rolling in the net. And when he's not playing, he's talking. Big interviews, big energy. I want to be the best. I want to take many risks. You name it. But then he concedes 3 goals from shots your nan could have saved. At Manchester United, fans didn't know whether to laugh, cry or pray. 1 week, he's making a heroic Champions League save. Next week, he's passing the ball straight to Bayern like he's on loan or something. But don't get it twisted, he's confident. Too confident. The man walks like a Ballon d'Or winner. Even his short passes are heart attacks waiting to happen. He'll roll it to a defender with 2 guys pressing. Why? Because boring goalkeepers are for peasants. And to be fair, he's had good moments. He helped Inter get to a Champions League final. Big saves, big pressure. But then he joined United and remembered he's a walking sitcom. Darwin Nunez. Every touch, every run, every sprint, panic mode activated, literally. This guy moves like he's got a personal beef with grass. And defenders? They don't know whether to mark him or just pray he trips over his own legs. Now, on paper, this guy is a manager's dream. Tall, fast, strong, relentless. He looks like a striker cooked in a lab. But then you see him shoot, and it's like the controller disconnected. Darwin gets into amazing positions. Like elite level golden chance should be 1-0 type positions. But his finishing? Nah. This man has invented new types of misses. He once tried a volley from behind his own shoulder. Another time, he missed a tap in so badly it looked like a clearance. But here's the thing, he's not just chaotic in front of goal, he's chaotic in general life. Remember his Premier League debut? He didn't ease into the game. He got a red card for headbutting a guy in front of the ref in HD. Why? Because Darwin doesn't believe in rationality. He believes in chaos and forehead violence. He's like a footballer who plays every match on fast forward. Everyone's jogging. Darwin's sprinting like there's a burning building behind him. But then the ball arrives, and it bounces off his shin. After all, you'll be pulling your hair out for 70 minutes. But then he'll smash one into the top corner from an impossible angle, just to make you wonder if the pain was worth it. But then the thing is, you can't bench him. Because he gets chances and was insanely expensive, he creates space, he runs behind, he presses like a madman, but he finishes like he's playing darts with a baseball bat. Sometimes it looks like he's allergic to calm. The more time he has to think, the worse it gets. One touch finish, goal. 3 seconds to pick a spot, disaster. The worst of all is maybe even his passing. Don't ask him to play a smart pass, you'll get a through ball that ends up as a goal kick, or a cross that lands in the stands. He doesn't pass, he launches. It's not that he's selfish, he's just Darwin. He's not reliable, he's not consistent, he's not even predictable. But Darwin Nunez is entertainment, and sometimes that's all we really want, at least if you're not supporting Liverpool, right? Nicolas Jackson. Someone forgot to tell him what a striker is actually supposed to do. You know, score goals. That part. Because Jackson, he gets chances. A lot of them. Every game, he's in the right spot. Perfect timing, perfect pass. But then, he hits it like he's trying to murder someone. He's fast, he's strong, he makes smart runs. He gets into positions most strikers would kill for. But when the ball gets to him, he turns into a confused deer on ice. You watch him for 5 minutes and start thinking, he's got something. You watch him for 90 minutes and start thinking, he's got nothing. He scored a hat-trick once. Seriously. But it was the most unconvincing hat-trick in Premier League history. Even Chelsea fans were like, wait, he scored 3? What the f***? Let's be real, he plays like a winger trapped in a striker's body. He wants to dribble, he wants to look cool, he wants the viral moment, but the only thing going viral is the miss compilation. Like, he looks like he's always confused, like he just woke up and doesn't know where he is. Which makes sense because his shot selection is like someone spinning a roulette wheel. But then the worst part, sometimes he actually does score, which gives false hope, makes fans believe. Just for him to go full chaos again next week, he's the king of almost. Almost brilliant, almost clinical, almost remembered for something good. Instead, we remember the misses, the memes, the open goals that ended up in the parking lot. Nicolas Jackson could be great, he should be great. But right now, he's a striker who does everything right until the ball reaches his feet, and then, game over. Ronald Araujo, you basically trust him, until you don't. And by the time you don't, it's already too late. Built like a tank, fast, strong, scary, basically a nightclub bouncer with a La Liga badge. You see him and think, yeah, no one's getting past him. And most of the time, they don't. But then, Araujo decides to tackle or play football like it's rugby. He's the guy who'll body a striker off the pitch, win the ball clean. But in the 89th minute, with 1 goal lead, he'll do a 2-footed slide tackle from behind, in the box, on a guy running toward the corner flag. Because why use brains when you have biceps, right? This man plays like he's stuck in a time loop. Every match, same story, perfect interception, solid clearance, then random act of violence. But there's something about pressure moments that make his brain go full airplane mode. Last minute, big game, crowd screaming, that's when Araujo hits self-destruct. And the best part, he looks so calm, ice cold. Like he's got it under control. But then he'll misplace a 5-yard pass directly into the path of a striker who's already celebrating before touching the ball. And when he messes up, he doesn't panic. He just commits to the madness. Even Xavi looked confused sometimes. And hey, don't let the Barcelona badge fool you. This guy defends like he grew up watching 2006 Serie A non-stop. He'll take the ball clean and still take the man, just for fun. He's not reckless, he's just professionally reckless. And don't expect apologies. He fouls like it's a part of his job description. Elbows, shirt pulling, full suplex, no hesitation. VAR, red card, suspension, doesn't matter. He'll do it again next week. But yet, fans love him. Because he gives everything. He'll throw himself into tackles like his life depends on it. But he'll also throw the game away in one brain-dead moment. Antonio Rudiger. Every match is a one-man show. Defending? Sure. But also dancing, sprinting like a cartoon, and making strikers question reality. The man runs like he's dodging bees, wide arms, wobbly knees. But don't laugh too early. Because while you're watching him move like he's on invisible rollerblades, he's pocketing your favorite striker. And that's what makes Rudiger so confusing. He looks ridiculous and plays like a maniac possessed by Franz Beckenbauer's ghost and a circus clown at the same time. 1 second he's bodying Haaland like it's easy. The next, he's performing a circus act or something. Even his face, always unserious. He'll make a goal-saving tackle, then look around like, did anyone see that? That was kinda sick. He doesn't just play the game, he trolls it, but then his passes. Yep, occasionally smooth, but then he'll send a rocket ball 40 yards too far, shrug, and start clapping for no reason. He gets away with it because he's strong, like ridiculously strong. Strikers bounce off him like tennis balls, but also, he'll foul someone, help them up, pat their head, and keep smiling like a proud dad. He's mastered the art of annoying but legal, just enough to not get a card. but just annoying enough to make attackers lose their minds. Ask Luis Suarez, ask Haaland, but just when you thought he only played a circus act when he's in defense, wait till he once helps in attack. Sometimes it works, sometimes he scores, and when he does, he celebrates like he just won a boxing match. Even fans are like, is he serious? Is he trolling? Is he both? Yes, the answer is yes, but here's the thing. Under the chaos, Rudiger is actually brilliant. Reads the game, times his tackles, wins aerial duels like he's playing with magnets. But his brain still screams, let's be weird about it. Antonio Rudiger is living proof you don't have to look smart to play smart. You can be chaos and class at the same time. And he's not just defending the goal, he's defending the right to be hilarious while doing it. Timo Werner. Very fast striker. Lightning pace, non-stop energy. The perfect player to stretch defenses, break lines, create chaos, right? But then, he shoots. And suddenly, the laws of physics stop working. Werner doesn't miss chances, he redefines them. He'll be 3 yards from goal, ball rolling gently across the box, keeper on holiday, and still find a way to send it wide, or over, or into the nearest mascot. His finishing is so bad it became a meme, not just a joke, an entire internet genre. At Chelsea, he was supposed to be the guy. The big signing, the goal machine, the next Drogba, the German Vardy, but what they got was cardio with cleats. He'd run 12 kilometers per game, press everyone, force errors, then get the ball in front of an open goal and say, nah, let's hit the corner flag instead. It became a ritual. But it's not like he wasn't trying. You could see the pain on his face after every miss. He wasn't arrogant. He was suffering too. Just trapped in a body that refused to finish properly. But then the worst of all. Oh my god, the offsides. Yep, Timo Werner holds the Premier League record for running 1 second too early. Every match, he's off by a toe, a shoulder, a molecule. He celebrates, arms wide, smile bright. Flag goes up. Even his teammates gave up celebrating with him. Just turned around and waited for the inevitable replay. He once scored a hat trick with 2 ruled out for offside and 1 he accidentally shoulder bumped in. Still celebrated all of them like a World Cup winner. But to his credit, he did score goals. Somehow. But for every 1 goal, there were about 7 chances that ended in public shame. It was a full-time comedy show, except nobody was laughing louder than rival fans. Meanwhile, he smiled through it all. Always happy, always clapping. Even when he was subbed off after missing 3 sitters. Even when the internet was turning his open goal misses into TikToks. But then, thank God it finally happened. He went back to Leipzig, back to Germany, back to comfort, and guess what? He still missed. Because this isn't a Chelsea problem, it's a Timo Werner lifestyle. Werner doesn't hate goals, he just prefers not to score them personally. Timo is the rare striker who makes defenders relax the moment he shoots, because they know he's more dangerous without the ball. And still, despite it all, he's played in the Champions League, the World Cup, Bundesliga, Premier League. Why? Because he's fast, he presses like a demon, and he's too lovable to bench, I guess. Eric Bailly. This one is maybe even the best example of literally no IQ. You pass the ball near him, he's sliding. You look at him funny, he's lunging. Eric Bailly is not a footballer, he's a one-man demolition crew. He once attempted a flying tackle, completely missed the ball, and nearly took out 3 players and a cameraman. It looked like he tried to solve a tactical problem with a WWE move. He gets injured more than he plays. Why? Because no human body is meant to move like a grenade going off. The man tackles like he's doing it blindfolded. He'll win the ball, stand up proud, then fall over again for no reason. That's the Bailey experience. Every game is a gamble. You don't know if he's going to save the match, or get sent off in the first 10 minutes for trying to karate chop a throw-in. Mourinho once hugged him like a proud dad, then benched him for 3 months. Make it make sense. But then the injuries? My god, the injuries. He gets hurt doing nothing. He'll warm up, stretch, sneeze, and suddenly he's out for 6 weeks. There was a season where fans didn't know if he was injured, suspended, or just accidentally locked in a broom closet. And when he comes back, boom, red card. He's the guy who'll throw himself into tackles like it's the last game on earth. And you admire that, until he 2-foots someone in the warm-up, but he's unforgettable. Eric Bailly is what happens when football meets raw, unfiltered chaos. You love him, you fear him, and your striker wakes up sweating at the thought of playing him. Rob Holding. You see him on the team sheet and immediately hear Arsenal fans sighing from 12 different continents. Because Rob Holding in defense means one thing: vibes and vibes only. This man plays football like he found out mid-match that he's not left-footed. He's the kind of player who will do everything right for 89 minutes, but then pass the ball straight to the opponent on the 90th and smile like, oops. His defending is built on hope, fear, and the occasional miracle block. His brain tells him step forward, but his body stays stuck like it's buffering. Most times, he's marking no one, just standing there, pointing, turning, then chasing. He once tried to play a high line against Son Heung-min. Yes, Son, the Olympic sprinter disguised as a footballer. Holding's brain said, I got this. His leg said, nah. And it ended exactly how you'd expect. Son gone. Holding cooked. Arteta looking like he aged 40 years in one sprint. He moves like his boots are filled with concrete. Every turn takes 3 business days. But the real art, the panic face. Rob Holding has mastered the expression of pure existential football fear. Ball in the box, he's doing that little bouncy, should I clear it, should I pass, oh no, oh god dance. By the time he decides, it's either a corner or a goal. If you press Rob Holding, it's over. You might as well write your name on the scoreboard. He turns into a full body alarm system. Head down, one-touch clearances to absolutely nowhere. Managers try to hide him, back threes, low blocks, give him protection. But then he still finds a way to make it stressful. Defensive line dropped 10 yards. Everyone started babysitting, opposition strikers started smiling in warm-ups. It wasn't his fault, but also, it kind of was, because with Holding at the back, it's never just football. It's an emotional roller coaster with sweaty palms and screaming goalkeepers. And that's the thing. He's not evil. He's not lazy. He's just very, very average. In a world where defenders are 6'3" machines with GPS brains, Holding is a Premier League player who defends like it's 2009 and the DVD skipped. He doesn't read danger. He feels it. Too late, too clumsily, too often. He'll stick tight to his man for 30 seconds, then let them run free like he forgot the plot mid-scene. But somehow, despite all of this, he stayed at Arsenal for years, survived new managers, new systems, new hairlines. They even gave him the captain's armband once. Armband? For what? Leading panicked hooves out of the box? He's the kind of player who's probably great in training. Smart, professional, humble. But the moment the stadium lights turn on, he turns into a Shakespearean tragedy in cleats. His biggest strength? Probably blocking shots with his face, which, to be fair, is commitment. You need guys like that. You just don't want them as your last line of defense in a title race. And listen, he's had good moments, a few clean sheets, a nice goal once, even survived an FA Cup run. But in the big games, Holding becomes a magnet for chaos. Even the cameras know. As soon as the match starts, they find his face. Eyes wide, nervous chew, gloves on, like a man about to sit a test he didn't study for. And fans? They don't hate him. They fear what might happen, because Holding isn't bad. He's just one mistake away. Always. Rob Holding, Premier League professional, Arsenal survivor, panic merchant, chaos distributor. You respect him, you root for him, but you never fully trust him. And in football, that's terrifying.